Hello everyone, how are you? Today's our topic is self-love. You must have heard this before, probably million times. You need to love yourself. When you are feeling not good enough, when you're drained, when you're doubting your worth, everyone suggests you need self-love. But what does that really mean? Most people don't go deep enough. In this video, we are diving deep into what self-love really is, beyond cliches, beyond surface advice. And no, it's not just about taking time for yourself. Self-love is much deeper than that. I'm going to talk about 5 pillars of self-love. So watch it until the end to have deep understanding so you can cultivate self-love in your life. Hi, my name is Harpreet, and I'm an empowerment coach and Reiki healer and teacher. With Scorpio Venus and Pisces rising, I am wired to dive deep into the hidden layers. Emotional wounds, energetic blocks, ancestral pain, and bring light and healing. I blend energy work and coaching to guide you through real transformation from the inside out. My mission is to raise awareness and empower you to unlock your true potential. So please subscribe now to begin your journey of deep healing and transformation. Thank you. Before we dive deeper into self-love, let me take you back. I was born in 70s in India and raised in a typical middle class household. In our world, self-love was not modeled. My mother, like many women, lived only for her family. She did not even know her own desires or needs. And at 16, I got engaged. At 17, I was married. I moved to Canada with no support, no community, and self-love was nowhere in the picture. If you are an immigrant, you might be able to relate. So if you had asked me in my 20s what self-love meant, I might have said, self-love is selfish. How can I put myself before others? But life had other plans. Pain and awakening led me to this truth. Self-love is the foundation of everything. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love others fully. So before we dive in, I invite you to pause this video for a moment and ask yourself, what does self-love mean to you right now? And how it was modeled in your family by your parents, your grandparents. And bring your honest answers with you as we move forward. So there are 5 pillars of self-love. Yes, self-care is one of them, but 5 pillars are self-acceptance. And that's the most important. All of them are important, but self-acceptance is a big one. Self-acceptance, self-care, pleasure and joy, connection to higher self, and self-expression. And we are going to dive deeper dive deep into each pillar. So, first pillar is self acceptance. And self love begins with accepting all parts of yourself, even the ones society calls too much, not enough, wrong, or ugly. Accepting all your parts. That means loving your quirkiness, your emotions, your wounds, and even your shadows. Accepting ourselves as whole. Let me give you an example. In my own life, I used to feel guilty for not calling my family members often. But I realized I'm a deep thinker and I don't enjoy surface level conversations. I need alone time to process, create, and reflect. So once I accepted that part of myself, I stopped judging myself. And beautifully, I also stopped judging others. So see, when we accept all part of ourselves, life becomes easier. You start loving yourself as you are, and you are more accepting of others. But self love does not mean you stop growing, it means you grow from a place of love, not shame. So once I accepted that part of me that I don't like calling people to gossip or to do small talk, I don't enjoy that. Once I accepted that part of me, I am loving myself more, I'm accepting myself more, and I am not shaming myself for what I am not. Many of my clients in their 50s and 60s struggle to accept their aging bodies. There's so much cultural conditioning around women bodies, and it makes me feel really sad. In my magnetic health program, the first step is love your body first, accept your body first as it is. Yes, we do add movement, nutrition, but only after we soften the inner critic. Self acceptance softens the inner critic. So that's why self acceptance is very, very important. It softens the edges so you can move toward your goal. You're not shaming yourself, you're not blaming yourself, or you're not blaming others. There's less resistance. And then you work on your goals, then you work on your growth. Let me give you another example. Like I was 120 pounds with very little muscle a few years ago, right? But I loved myself then as well. I accepted myself then. But I desired more strength. So I worked towards it without despising my current body, without hating my current body. Self acceptance means that you are moving towards your desired goals with love. So if you want my digital program, Magnetic Health, comment below and I will contact you. I will send you the link. So I hope I'm clear about self acceptance. Self acceptance means accepting all parts of us as they are now. And it has nothing to do that if we would like to grow or not, if we would like to change or not. That's the second step. First step is self-acceptance. self acceptance for my behavior, self acceptance for my body, self acceptance for myself. So I am not hiding. And second pillar is self care. And everyone must know self care because most of the times we attach self care with self love. That's the first one that comes to our mind. But that is true. The more deeply you take care of yourself, the easier it is to love yourself. It is somewhat hard to love yourself when you are neglecting yourself, when you are not listening to your inner voice. So, here is a simple acronym to remember your self care foundation. So, what do you need for self care? You can add more things, but this is a simple one to memorize. It's NEST. N is for nutrition. So, nourish your body with food that supports you. E is for exercise. Move your body in ways that feels good to you. S is for sleep. Prioritize deep, restful sleep. T is for touch. Give and receive loving, healing touch, even through hugs or massage. So remember nest, remember your sleep, remember your nutrition, remember your exercise, and remember the human touch. These are the basics. But they matter so much more than we think. So second pillar is self-care. And how are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating nutritious food? Are you moving your body? Are you having a good night's sleep? So first pillar is self-acceptance. I'm repeating myself so it ingrains in you. So you remember self-acceptance, self-care. Third is pleasure and joy. Connect to your heart. What brings you alive? What brings you joy? What fills your heart with light? For me, is different for everyone. So, what is it for you? For me, it's writing, reading, and being with my children. These moments bring joy to my nervous system. And that is self love for me. So, what is your joy practice? So, third pillar is what is your joy practice? How do you connect your heart? Fourth pillar is connection to your higher self. It is very, very important for me as I am growing old to connect to my higher self, to the universe, to the source, to God, whatever you want to call it. So ask yourself daily, how can I connect with something bigger than myself today? It could be through prayer, it could be through breath work, it could be through meditation, it could be through journaling, or simply spending time in nature. How can you connect to your higher self? How can you feel aligned, connected, supported? How can you connect to something bigger than us? Beyond roles, beyond achievements. How can you connect to your soul? So this is the fourth pillar. So first pillar, self-acceptance. Second pillar, self-care. Third pillar, pleasure and joy. Fourth pillar, connection to your higher self, connection to your soul. And fifth pillar is self-expression or taking up space. I could have I could have folded self expression into other pillars, but after years of working with people, I know it deserves its own spotlight. So many of my clients hold back from taking up space. I want you to ask yourself, what does it really mean for you to take up space? For me, it means showing up as I am without dimming my light, without minimizing my truth. So, what is it for you? How can you allow yourself to take up space? It doesn't mean being disrespectful or overpowering. It does not mean pushing others aside to shine. It simply means I matter and I belong here. It means loving yourself enough to be fully seen, heard, and expressed. It means speaking your truth, owning your voice, and allowing yourself to exist without apology. Taking up space often begins with inner realization that your presence, your voice, and your needs are valid. How can you express yourself? How can you express your needs? So you stop hiding the parts that feel too much. You stop apologizing for simply being. And when you allow yourself to take up space, doing what lights you up, it could be anything: dancing, expressing, dressing how you want to dress, dreaming big. You're reclaiming joy as your birthright, right? So express yourself, take up space. This is also part of self love. So, do you remember all the five pillars of self love? Self acceptance, self care, connecting to joy and pleasure, connecting to your higher self. And fifth is expressing yourself, taking a space boldly without downplaying, without pushing people out, just with love. You do it with love for yourself, right? So if you are finding hard to accept parts of yourself, and if you are ready to move beyond old patterns of guilt, shame, or self neglect, and if you want to work one on one with someone who walked this path, I'm here. Drop a comment or message me, and I will contact you. Let's explore this journey together. And please, please, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone who might need this message today. And I'm sending you loads of love and good wishes. Bye.